Caputo-Pearl. I'm the UTLA President. I live about 5 minutes down the street that way, and I taught a bunch of years at Crenshaw High School, but I couldn't be prouder to be here at Dorsey today. We've got a great crowd from Dorsey here. We've got our UTLA treasurer, Arlene Inouye. Thank you, Arlene, for being here. So this school and its teachers here at Dorsey are building programs that have sustained some of the worst attacks over the course of the last 8 years of declining funding, cuts to schools, etc. You have happening here at Dorsey on the backs of educators, you have a linked learning program that connects students with businesses in the community. You've got a Microsoft Showcase program that connects students to being able to learn and write code. You've got a Restorative Justice Showcase program, again led by educators. And you've got a Green Ribbon Achievement Award for the Eco Club and the work that educators and students have done together around environmental activism and environmental justice. Give yourselves a big hand for all of that work, Dorsey High School. Educators are by nature hopeful and optimistic people. That's why we got into this profession, and we are hopeful that the mediation that begins 2 days from today with a state-appointed mediator will bring us an agreement around the demands in the Schools LA Students Deserve campaign. But educators are also survivors, and educators are fighters. We've survived 4 years of an expired contract, 8 years without a pay increase, 6 years of cuts to the bone. So we're survivors, and we're also fighters for our students, communities, and for our profession. It's because we're fighters that we are actually here boycotting faculty meetings today as a signal of our continuing fight behind this campaign. We should not be in a school district that has 3,000 classrooms across the district with over 45 students in them. We should not be in a district that has some of the highest student-to-counselor ratios, not just in the state, but in the country. We need a district that is actually moving in the direction of serving our students and supporting our educators to serve those students. Organizing our members and with communities and with parents is how we've gotten the district to move on some key demands that we have. And the faculty meeting boycotts are a continuation of that. The faculty meeting boycotts are important because it involves every member. Every one of our members across the city is out at a boycott right now. Some schools that didn't have faculty meetings today actually traveled over to neighboring schools where they did have faculty meetings to support those members in a boycott. Faculty meeting boycotts show a commitment to our demands, once again, from our members. These faculty meeting boycotts do carry a risk with them. The superintendent has been clear that he wants to dock people's pay, and we've done this before. We've done faculty meeting boycotts before, and our members are willing to take that risk to win these demands. In fact, we need to show with these faculty meeting boycotts that it is not business as usual. It is not business as usual until we have an agreement that serves our students, that serves our members, that serves schools. And in fact, we are proud that we are fighting about something that is far larger than a 1-hour pay dock if the superintendent decides to move forward with that. We're fighting for things for students, for counselors, for class sizes, for salary that recruits and retains educators. That is a much bigger mission than just being worried about a 1-hour pay dock, and we are proud that our members are standing up in that way. I want to make one last comment, and then I'm going to turn it over to the chapter chair here, who's a wonderful chapter here, chapter chair Sharon Paparazzi. What I want to say before I bring her on is that the money is there in LAUSD for the district to come to a fair agreement. The district has said, just in the course of the last 7 months, they've changed their projections about this year's budget by $200 million. So apparently, $200 million was found that actually now allows different things to be paid for this year. So we know that money is there. Next year, $200 million more of additional revenue is coming. The following year after that, $100 million more of additional revenue. And we're putting the pressure on the district right now to go with us to Sacramento and demand that the state give us $47 million that the district says is lost money because of miscounted attendance, because of John Daisy's MISIS system. We are not going to let our students bear the brunt of lost money because of attendance that wasn't counted because of John Daisy's MISIS system. We're going to fight for that money, that $47 million, because it's going to make a difference for kids and for schools. So I want to turn it over now to Sharon Haparachi. She's a great and awarded teacher, and she's chapter chair here at Dorsey High School. Sharon?
Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Haparachi, and I am proud to say that I have been a teacher here at Dorsey for 17 years, and I have to say that I work with some of the most talented and dedicated teachers in this district. And I'm especially proud today because today we are standing here with new teachers, teachers who are about to retire, parents, faculty members, community members, and students, all who are here, and as well as those across the district who are doing the exact same thing. We are all here to support this campaign for the schools LA students deserve. This year, teachers, parents, students, and community members have been working. We have been signing petitions, attending massive rallies downtown, holding community meetings, and today we are boycotting this faculty meeting. And we wanted the reasons to be clear. This is not a teacher struggle. This is a community-wide struggle. It is true we are demanding a raise that we have waited for 8 years, but most of us here are here because of something much more than that. We are here because we want to make sure that LAUSD responds to our demands to improve the teaching and learning conditions across the district. We're talking about lower class size, offering students visual and performing arts, clean, safe schools, and the list goes on. But we are basically wanting to make sure that people in the community are aware that we're fighting for your students. There are people in this district, people who are much higher up on the pay scale than I am, who are telling us that we should stop what we're doing, that we should go about our business and just let them continue to manage the district in the way they have been. And we are basically here to say that if we want to stand up for our students and for our schools, that we cannot stop what we are doing, that we are going to keep pushing harder and louder, and we are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that the district provides the resources, the funding, and the support for every single student in Los Angeles. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. So we're going to bring up another teacher here, a math teacher from Dorsey High School. She's also, like me, she's also a parent of LAUSD students, Joanna Gay. Ms. Gay?
Hi, my name is Johanna Gay, and we're here to highlight and support the hard work of our students, our parents, our teachers, and our community members. Every day our students show up and work very hard to learn their math, their sciences, and their English. They're met every day by hardworking teachers who take on the awesome responsibility of educating them. They are sent by hardworking parents, and they are supported and loved by their communities. We want to make sure that our students and teachers have the best working environment possible so that our students continue to thrive. I am a product of LAUSD. I am also a teacher of LAUSD, and now I'm a proud parent of 2 daughters in LAUSD. We don't want our elementary classes to be filled to capacity and to seat students with 45 students or more, when LAUSD knows that the best learning environment is class sizes 25 or smaller. We want to make sure that our students are getting the best education possible so that they're able to excel and compete when they get to high school, a great high school like Dorsey, and go on to colleges and universities. We want to make sure that our students are enriched in arts, computers, and music, which we know will enhance their school experience. That's why we're taking this stand, and that's why we're asking for the community's continued support. We simply desire better schools. We want schools that students deserve. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Johanna. And now we are going to hear from one of our students here at Dorsey. Dorsey's got a long history of lots of alumni and lots of important places. We're about to meet another one who's going to be in a bunch of important places in the future. Johanna Garcia, a 10th grade student here at Dorsey High School.
My name is Johanna Garcia, and like they said, I am a 10th grader here attending Dorsey High School. I am also part of LA Students Deserve Grassroots Coalition. I am here because I agree with some of the things the teachers are fighting for. But I'm here mostly because this movement shows how much the teachers care about the school as well as the students. Because anyone can see that no school, no class should have kids ranging from numbers from 40 to 50 kids. Every school needs to have a nurse, a janitor, and a counselor. The reason why they're asking for these things and why the kids are also asking for these things are because these things aren't extravagant. These things aren't big. These things are obvious things that every school needs and that every kid deserves.
Okay, thank you, Dorsey School community. Are there any questions from anybody in the media?
The district just said that
We do have Spanish speakers. We can talk to you. We were doing some interviews beforehand. We can talk to you on the side. Thank you, sir.
So, Alex, the district says that it's offered 5% in terms of a raise and that that's a generous offer, and that UTLA wants 8.5% and the district can't afford that. Can you address that issue?
As I said, right now we sit at 47th out of 47 when you look at LA County. When you look at districts in LA County, in maximum educator salary, we sit at 47th out of 47. That's simply not sustainable. I mean, even if you're not thinking about living conditions for educators, it's not sustainable to recruit and retain people in a system. And so, yes, the 5% offer needs to move up. The money is there to deal with that, as well as beginning to address class size, beginning to address staffing. As I said, Megan Riley, the chief financial officer for the district, started this year off, saying that we were going to be in a $165 million deficit. And then in the last board meeting, she said that we are actually going to end this school year with a $45 million surplus. That's a $210 million shift, so money is somewhere. And then we've got additionally $200 and $100 million respectively coming over the next couple of years. The money is there for a fair agreement.
And the district is also saying that this action is, quote unquote, an escalating action, and that the district's wondering, is this a sign of what's to come? Is a strike something that is inevitable? Is that something that UTLA is even considering at this point as you head into Thursday's discussions with the mediator, or is that something that the UTLA wants to try to avoid?
We are hopeful about the mediation process. We want an agreement. We've done 1,000 school visits across the city, and we know that our members want a real opportunity for an agreement this academic year. So we take the mediation very seriously, but we also know that our members and communities and parents and students need to continue expressing their righteous anger about the conditions in schools right now. That's a part of moving the mediation process forward. So we are hopeful about the mediation, but we're taking the steps necessary to build ourselves up to take whatever action we'll need to in the coming months.
So in addition to the salary dispute, what else is on the table that you have yet to work out that requires going to mediation?
The main reason that we declared impasse on February 18th is because we hadn't received legitimate counter proposals from the district on class size, on counselors, on nurses, and on several other items. So we are hopeful that the district will bring forward new proposals on those items to begin the mediation process, and we can actually move it forward. Anything else?
Spelling on Sharon's name.
Sharon, spelling of your name?
Okay.
Into the mic.
SHARONHAPUARACHY.
Sharon Haparachi.
One last thing. So has the UTLA responded to Cortina's request for a Common Core, the core waiver application on teacher evaluations in terms of coming to an agreement on that in order to gain the $175 million?
That's part of what's going to be discussed in mediation, the teacher evaluation. So I just want to say, Dorsey school community, we are thrilled to be here with you all. Dorsey is a school that lies in the heart of a great community and has a great tradition, and UTLA wants to support that tradition. You all coming out here and being a part of this organizing supports that. You're taking a bit of a risk today, but as I said up here, it's a risk worth taking for the schools LA students deserve. And give yourselves a big Dorsey round of applause.